So that's why, like, South African music will always pour out of me because it's in my DNA. It's who I am, and you will hear it in whether I'm singing a gospel song, whether I'm singing a jazz song,
Yes.
whatever genre or whatever music I will ever touch, that drop of African, it's always gonna be there because it's who I am.
Hey, hey! This is Miss J. Cole, and you are watching Soul Sessions. And again, I'm your host, Miss J. Cole, and we got producer Stan in the back. Hey, Stan!
What up, though?
Hey, what up, though, is what he said. And we also have with us today Moabi.
Hello, Mama.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well. You know,
Sure.
it's been a pretty good day. Yeah, pretty good day.
Amazing day.
So, Moabi, we're going to get right to it. You know, I'm not going to hold you long. We're going to get right to it. So, why don't you tell me about yourself, where you from, all of that.
Oh, okay. Moabi is a young man from a place called Soweto. This is in South Africa. The main city is Johannesburg. The country is South Africa. Yeah, I'm a musician, performer, a producer. Yeah, and many other things within the music sector.
You wear many hats in this music sector.
Yeah, it just depends which hat you want me to wear, But the one that I always make sure that I have my smart cap on.
Yes, you got to.
Yeah.
You got to. And so, with music, what inspires you?
What inspires me? Life. As life unfolds, you kind of like my way of expressing myself when it comes to like experiences, be it the joys that I experience, the love that I experience, the hate that I experience, the trials that I experience. I feel like music, it's writing a book without writing an actual book, but
yes.
my story, it's like just telling my story. So I'm really inspired by life as it unfolds and as it happens.
Yes, and we've talked before.
Oh yeah.
And one thing for certain is that one of the things that got you started in music was being in church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I started, from home. My aunts and uncles sang in chorale music. They were recording gospel artists while I was young, and then at churches we sang all different kinds of things, and then when I started being in church, being active in the youth choir and the main church choir and the band, I started playing keyboards, bass guitar, and then I started writing songs, taking scriptures and putting melody into it, and then I think it started there, and then I started writing my own experience as I developed my own relationship with God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've noticed that's a lot of foundation. Like with other artists, it's like it started at the church.
Oh, yeah.
It started, at home. It started on Saturday and Sunday weekend cleaning.
Yep.
When our parents would have music on, and you would sing along and clean. But
Yep.
then we just, seems like that is what started that niche for wanting to do music and wanting to grow in it.
Most definitely. Like, funny story, as much as I grew up in Africa, Soweto, my aunt tells me that my dad used to rock me to sleep to peanut butter and jelly, a gospel song,
Yeah.
when I was a baby. And and all other kinds of gospel music, church music.
Yeah, yes. And which artist inspired you? or still inspires you the
Oh
most?
my goodness, it's a lot, man. Because I'm not just looking at an artist as somebody on the stage.
Right.
You know, there's artists that inspire me as far as their production, how they produce. There's
Yes.
artists that I like on how they write music and those how they perform. Like take for instance, one of my favorite artists, John P. Key. I love John P. Key because of how he structures music. That's number one. And number two, I like his tone of voice. It's unique. And then
It is.
I like maybe let's say Hugh Masekela or Ringo or Mbuso Koza because of their authentic African way they inspire. Like literally when I tapped into my African voice and African approach, you know, there was not much. There is, but recorded. I only started like looking at guys like Umbuso, Shaluza Max, Ringo Madlingozi, you know, like to like, yo, they really tapped into the African sound and I like how they approach African music,
Yeah.
you know, South African music in particular. And like I listen to people like Robert Glasper, Doobie Powell because of how they just structure their music melodically, harmonically, you know, all of this. So, Ace, when you ask me about who inspires me, Frank McComb, I just like his sultry voice, like, you know, musicality, all of that. So, when you ask me about my favorite artist, I'm just a cocktail of inspiration,
Inspiration.
you know.
That's a good way to put it, though, and that's good because a lot of people will, you know, oh, I like this artist because they sound good, but you look beyond the artist. You look at the art. You look at from composing to, you know, to the finished product and just how, you know, the artist. It's not just a singer. You know,
Yes.
it's the songwriter. It's the musician behind it, and I think
Yes.
that is it goes into part of what you do as well, because you are musically inclined in all of those areas, you know. So that's why you look at it different as well. It's because you. Am I right by saying that?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I cannot just get a record and not be curious about who's on piano, who's on bass, who mixed this, you know. And that's what another story I forget to tell. When I was a kid, you know, we had what we call grams, like gramophones, and my father had this radio that had paper wall covering on the speaker, and then I went and actually pierced a bunch of holes on his speakers
Yeah.
because I wanted to see the people
Oh.
doing that in the speaker.
Yeah.
You know, like how music. So I've always been that guy. Like I want to know how it came about.
Yes.
You know, so and that's why I'm into production, composition. I'm curious about who did what in this beautiful sound that I'm
Yes.
hearing. You know.
Yes, yes. And then when you create your sound, or you know, do you create for others as well?
Oh yeah, I have created for others. Like even right now, there's actually a project I'm working on for a lady called Loretta Holloway. She's a jazz legend. She's in North Carolina, so she commissioned me to rethink her music into deep house and amapiano and the current sound. You know, so that's the project that I'm working on. So yeah. I do that for other people. I've written songs for live recordings. I've done for other people as
Yeah,
well.
yes. And in your musical process, if you're writing a song, like how long does it normally take you to compose? Does it, you know, some people can write in like 10 minutes. Some people, they sit on it and it takes a while. So
I'll say on average, give me a 3-hour session. You know, we will have a song by the end of
Nice.
it. You know, but depending on the inspiration, like take for instance, there's another track I'm working on. It's called Grateful. Like, dude sent me the beat, and I listened to it, and I was just on fire. And
Yeah.
like, I started like lacing the chorus, the hook part of things, and then I started writing on the verse, and then I started doing fill-ups in between, you know, those beautiful harmonies in between.
Yes.
So I feel like in a period of 24 hours, like I already like in a period of in a period of 3 hours or a studio session, I was done with that song. You know, it's just that I had to break it down into days. Like today I did the verse and the chorus, and then the second day I did the second verse and ad libs. You know, it just depends. Some days I'm just on fire like that.
Yeah.
Some days I write something and I leave it, then I'll come back to it. You know.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Varies. It just depends. Yes. And I know that you have, let me figure out how I'm going to phrase this question. Give me a second because I just drew a blank. Okay, seconds up. With culture just changing and we now have access to different music types and styles and from different countries and everything like that. How important is it for you to keep the South African or the African the vibe or that culture? How important is it for you to keep that culture in your music?
Oh yeah, it is very important because first of all, it's not something that I learned in school or somewhere else or that I've been taught, but it's something that's who I am. So I cannot abandon myself or who I am.
Right.
So that's why like South African music will always pour out of me because it's in my DNA. It's who I am, and you will hear it in whether I'm singing a gospel song, whether I'm singing a jazz song, whatever genre or whatever music I will ever touch, that drop of African, it's always going to be there because it's who I am.
Yes.
And it's very important even for the next generations to know that there is nothing wrong with being African. There is nothing wrong with keeping your identity. Like even the song I'm performing tonight, I have a bunch of songs that I could perform, but I'm gonna perform a Swahili song. It's who it has to do more with identity, self-preservation, and culture. So because I live in America and I've been exposed to spaces where I realize how much America is rooted so much in its culture, be it from the kids are really rooted in the pop, hip hop, rap, all of that. And that's what I admire a lot about America and Americans, how like they are American and the culture is important. They uplift it, they push it out and all of that. So I feel like with us too, we need to have that same attitude, so that our future generations can have a sense of pride and identity,
Yes. And as we, especially in Arizona, we become the melting pot. I consider Arizona like one of the melting pots in the United States.
Oh.
I was born and raised here, so I've seen, it go from like, especially in music, go from kind of, I don't know how to say it, kind of just like straight, bland. And there's some, I've seen music change in Arizona. Let's put it that way. I've seen the styles just because from the many different cultures that are coming to Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And so I think that's important, especially with our children. Like my son, like expose yourself to different, not just rap and hip hop and your regular R&B and everything. Look at different music for different cultures, and it's just a different sound. Like my son loves music from different cultures. It sounds different, and he's really into that. So, I think that it's important too, like how you just keep the culture of the music, and you stay true to that. And that's what I like about your sound, and it's unique. So when I hear that's Moabi, I know it, without even looking,
nice.
To see who it is.
That's a compliment. I love that.
Yeah, so I know when it's you, just the music itself and everything like that. So, and how do you feel about, like you're international. You're an international artist, and how do you feel? Knowing that you're an international artist and your talent is touching different ears from different places and, everything that you're doing. Like, how do you feel about your journey so far?
Yeah, I'm really blessed I'm very much humbled too, because in my town, in my hood, in Soweto, there's people better, more talented, than myself. But by the grace of God, He just chose to allow me to travel all these countries, record and perform in all these different countries, and to actually be based in the United States, and I really, it's very humbling to me to know that God, there's somebody else who they are not me, but they are better. I feel like they are better. I feel like they deserve it more because they can do so much. I admire them, but God has enabled me to be in rooms and positions and stages that I've never imagined. So it's really a blessing, and it keeps me humble,
Yes.
to know that, it could have been somebody else, but you are blessed, you are privileged to be in these rooms and be in these spaces and do what you love at a high level, international level.
Yes.
I don't take it for granted at all.
Yes, yes. And would you feel that you are blessed to be in the position that you're in? Do you feel like you're opening doors for other people as well to come up or be recognized, or to not to be afraid to just do what they do in confidence so that they can,
Oh yes, from production, I always send jobs home. Like literally, the song I'm about to perform, I recorded it in Kenya.
Okay.
I was physically there in Kenya, and then I came here, and I was not happy with certain things. Then I sent it to South Africa to another producer in South Africa and say, hey, dude, can you work on this? And then like literally in that food chain, there's like 4 more people that benefited out of this one track.
Yeah.
The producer in Kenya, the guitarist in Kenya, the backing vocal in Kenya, and the producer in South Africa.
Yes.
So I've fed, 4 mouths just off of this one song. So imagine all the other projects, all the other songs. And not only that, recommendations as well. Like I recommend oh, Moabi, we need an Afrobeats, we need an Amapiano song, we needed this. I always send jobs like back home. Those guys are credited, produced by and then that's how even they build their own names.
Yes.
When I go home and I perform and I record music or live performances, I push out that stuff on the internet. You see, like people be asking, "Oh, who's the bass player? Who's the keyboard player?" And in that way, everybody just gets uplifted.
Yes.
Just on the strength of being a part of what I do. So yeah, I'd say I do something for the people, for the community.
Yes. Yes, that's good. Doing stuff for the community is great. It's always good, and it's always good give back.
Yeah.
Like you said, God gave you the space. He opened that door for you so that you can walk that lane, so that you can open it for other people.
Yeah,
so
we're blessed to be
yes.
blessings.
Yeah, so you were blessed to where you can be a blessing as well. So that's amazing.
For sure.
And just keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you will.
As long as God gives me the breath and the inspiration to keep making music, performing, and all of that, there's many beneficiaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what would you like your legacy to be?
My legacy to be, I feel like I would like to be remembered or known for just a human being that came and impacted the world positively through their art, through the music. I want my story, to inspire somebody who is from nowhere or in a situation where Soweto was just to fill you in, was a concentration camp by the colonial government, and it was just a place where they dumped cheap laborers, and but we our parents met and they conceived us. And then now Soweto, all the products of Soweto, the kids from Soweto, we're doing great things all over the world.
Yeah.
So any kid from a bottom of the bottom to look at my life and my story and be inspired to know that, oh, I can make something of myself
Yes.
in spite of my background. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is. I like that. Yeah.
for sure.
It is. And do you have? Well, what else? What else do you have going on? So what more does Moabi have out there?
I have some stuff coming up. So Mungu is dropping on the 17th of October,
Okay.
which is Thursday, on my birthday. I'm dropping that single, and I'm dropping the music video. Alongside it, it was produced by a Bantu Boy production, Mabuti, and actually recorded at the Grassroots bookstore and bar, AfriSoul Marketplace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Tempe. So yeah, just to showcase again culture, Arizona, where we are, and yeah, I've got that single dropping on Thursday, and then on Saturday, I don't know, you know that I DJ as well too. So my DJ crew, I'm a Piano AZ. We have a family day that we're doing Afro House, I'm a Piano House Festival at Indian Steel Park.
Okay.
Yeah, between like 11 until close. So it's a family event. Families welcome to come and vibe with us,
Yeah.
dance, bring and share, type vibe. So that's what's upcoming. I'm working on I have a single that I've recorded, produced by some of the biggest, players in the game.
Okay.
Like Big Baby, Buddy Strong, featuring Kerry Vaughn, amazing vocalist. It's a song called Good God. So it's in its final stages of production, but also we are planning the music video for it. We're hoping to deliver that before the end of the year or whenever it's ready. I just don't want to rush anything.
Right.
Everything happens at its own time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm just brainstorming how to bring the Moabi Kotu experience, again to the fore, because I'm a performer and I'm a theater producer. I produce a theater production. My show is a production.
Yes.
So I'm just wrapping around my mind around how to bring that back, and hopefully in 2025, I will finally push out the Moabi Kotu Ubuntu Experience production out in all these venues, theaters, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in the works.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
2025, the
Yeah,
Moabi
yeah.
Kotu experience.
Yeah, for sure.
I am so ready. Do me a favor. Look in that camera right there.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to get a hold of you, where can they find you?
Oh, okay. So if you want to get a hold of me, my social media is Moabi_Mo Africa with a KA at the end. That's my Instagram. Facebook, Moabi Kotu, MOABI space KOTU. My website is www.kotuglobal.com. My music is all on the digital platforms. Bandcamp.com as well. I'm on TikTok. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right.
Yep.
So, and I have one more question. Are you ready to go in the booth?
Yeah, let's go to the booth.
All right. And what are you singing today?
So I'm going to be singing a song called Mungu. Mungu means God. Yeah, in Swahili.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right.
Mungu.
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 Yeah, not mango. Mungu. Yeah.
Mungu.
Yeah.
Mungu
Yeah.
is how you pronounce that. So we are going to hear it. Mungu by Moabi. And I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Let's go. Go for it. No, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, oh, safari yangu ina shida, Mungu kaokoa roho yangu, maisha yangu yamejaa makosa, Mungu kaokoa roho yangu. Kakoa roho yangu, Mungu, kakoa roho yangu, safari yangu ina shida, maisha yangu yamejaa makosa, kaokoa roho yangu. Oh, 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 oh. Mungu kaokoa Mungu, yeah, yeah. Kaokoa roho yangu, safari yangu ina shida, kaokoa roho yangu Baba, maisha imejaa makosa, kaokoa roho yangu. Oh, Mungu, yeah. Roho yangu, I need you to save my soul. Nothing without you, oh God. Roho yangu, Mungu, yes, yes. Oh, my Lord.
Hey, thank you for watching another episode of Soul Sessions. I am your producer, Stan Jones, and this is my beautiful host, Miss J. Cole.
Hey.
Hey, we want to thank you again for watching. Moabi was excellent. Like, he spoke with perfect diction. He told the story of his music and what he loves about his music, why he does his music, who he got his inspiration from, and it was detailed.
And where he came from.
Yeah,
Yes.
the detail is what I like. You know what I'm saying? It was quick, but it was straight to the point. It was detailed. I love that. You know, and it was a great show hearing what he got going on, what he's done, the people he's working with, the local artists, him giving back to his community and actually dealing with people back home in South Africa. it was amazing. I really enjoyed listening to him and finding out more about him. So that was cool. What you think?
I think he was great. He really was. I like the song, you know, and again, I like the story that he told, the culture and how it's important, and what he's doing in the community. Because, you know, I like when people do stuff for the community and get back to their roots and everything like that. So I really valued that. It was great. I love the song, and he sang it in Swahili.
Yeah.
The song was in
Mungu.
Mungu.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Mungu.
Mungu.
Yes, so.
Which means God.
Which means God.
So, you know, I really like that when he said, and I didn't even understand half of what he was saying. However, it was just a soul that he sung it with. It really, yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah, I felt
you
it.
Felt
yeah.
You felt the praise.
Yes. It was really nice.
Yeah, so, Moabi, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. He is one of my favorite artists here in Arizona.
That's what's up.
He really is, and just, you know, him, his music, his personality, his vibe, his love for music, people, and his passion for just the culture.
Yeah.
He's
dope. He's dope. Yeah. So we're looking to hear and see more of him. Again, make sure you follow him on all your social media platforms. The link, well, not the link, but that's him right there at the bottom.
Moabi Kotu.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Right there.
So make sure you go follow him, check out his music on all digital platforms, and make sure that you go to Soul Session Show and you follow, share, like. Make sure you do it on all platforms. We appreciate your support. We can't do this without y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Well, I'm Stan Jones. What up, though? My host, Ms. J. Cole.
What up, though?
You ain't from the D. You can't do that.
Oh, I can't?
No.
Oh. Hi. Hello, here from Arizona. Hello, people.
But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. See y'all next time with our next special guest. We ain't gonna tell y'all who it is yet. But we'll drop some beforehand so y'all see who it is.
I'm excited.
Oh, yes. It's gonna be dope.
I'm excited.
So again, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms and on YouTube. Share, like, hit that bell for the notifications. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace. We out.
Peace. We out. High five. From the elbow.
All right, y'all.